says that he is absolutely right. His son Elaine has everything under control. The men at the table decide that he has a very smart son, and they are so jealous of him. They wish they could be like him. Biddle says that horses and dragons can't walk free right now, but His Majesty must be worried seeing the guy's exploits in other lands. The Marquis is asked if he already has data on his movement. The man replies that, of course, there is. From all possible places, he headed north. Irene asks again, because there is a devilish forest and mountains behind him, so he will never escape. Biddle says that he was originally a parasite in the kingdom, and now he wanders. He has nowhere to turn in his pathetic path. If he goes where he won't be seen, it will be easier for them to kill him. Elaine's father says that this is for sure, and everything is as he planned. Yukia's carriage rushes through the fields. Butler informs the young master that they have almost arrived. The guy looks out the window and sees the village. This is Rizdal. It must be a novelty for him, because he has never left the capital. Yukia agrees with Robin. He examines the half-empty stalls, closed establishments, and neglected fields, assuming that this is the case outside the capital. He asks his sister if Vito shares views with her. Shanner says that she thought he was so busy with work that he would not have time to pay attention to the situation around him at all, but in the end he turned out to be more observant than her. Yukia assumes that he thinks everything is clear to his sister. She had heard that Ristal was a prosperous place, but firstly, it was half a day's journey from the capital, even in the fastest carriage, and secondly, it was too dangerous to drive on the roads, so most people spent their whole lives in villages. Each village has its own conditions, but here, as in the wilderness, people do not travel much. Yukia doesn't know if they can do anything here. Shannon says that if he is ready to do something, then maybe it will be easy to break through. He just needs to hint of a creature that can pull apart. If a decorated animal is well cared for and trained, even a villager can handle it. The girl asks if she is right, and Yukia agrees that this is indeed the case. It was for this reason that he assumed that the creatures in the palace would roam. The caretakers did not learn how to take care of them and treated them badly. In the worst cases, some even attacked the poor creatures out of boredom when they did not resist. The mother asks Yukia if he is going to help them, to do it thoroughly and not half-heartedly. When a man falls off a cliff, he dies remembering the face of the last one who gave him a helping hand. Therefore, she asks to make sure that he is ready to help them. Yukia understands everything. He offers to go talk to the foreman. The guys enter the hut. They sit down at the table, and the old man in front of them asks about the Rainforest family, assuming that it is a family of legendary tablers. Perhaps they are the only ones who can help them. Yukia asks if he can ask what happened to the village. The foreman says that in the old days the inhabitants had abundant harvests, and a lot of gold. They received all possible things from the capital. But since the carts were attacked by demons a few years ago, the roads have stopped working. There is no one in the village who can get to the capital on their own. Even the merchants left them. The old man explained that they are now able to live on their own, but their crops have also suffered from monsters. In other words, it's all about demons. Yukia notices that his sister has closed her eyes, so he calls her by name. The girl explains that she is already watching. She uses Vito's eyes and, observing the forest, reports that there are mostly goblins here. Yukia thinks they can handle it and asks the foreman to leave it to him. The man is surprised and asks how quickly they can. The guy asks if he can ask them for two things. First, to allocate them a part of the profits from the reservation. The foreman is wary and explains that if he misses this opportunity out of fear of possible assassins, their best. The family leaves the hut and Shannon says that she needs to expect him. She thought that her brother would without hesitation. Yukia asks if she thinks he is soft-hearted. The enormous wealth of the Rainforest family was created by their ancestors. They need to think about it too. And besides, he wants to create something with his own hands, whether it's a fortune or a personal connection. The connection between them and the village of Ristal will remain if they continue to make a profit. He's going to lend a helping hand and do it thoroughly. Yukia asks his mom if that's right. The woman smiles, confirming his words. The guy says that then he goes to the forest, and they are probably tired after a long journey. He asks them to go and rest at the hotel with Robin. The mother asks him something and Shannon says go. The guy asks if he runs him. The guys are walking through the woods where a cockatoo sits on the guy's arm. Yukia finds out that there are 5 goblin nests here, and thanks the bird by letting him go. Shannon asks his brother if he surely wants to do this because there are a lot of goblins. Yukia examines the bushes with berries and confirms. They'll take all the goblins they can find. They will be a good source of labor for the settlements. When the goblins are gone, the villagers will take care of the other beasts. Yukia inspects and reports that the first nest is located somewhere here. The guys hide behind bushes and notice goblins fighting in the clearing in front of them. Shanna assumes that this is a feud. Monsters attack each other and growl. Yukia thinks that she needs to finish everything quickly before Shanna gets hurt. He decides to go and stop them, but the sister asks what he's doing, because it's not safe. Standing in the bushes, Yukia activates the decoration skill, which causes all goblins to stop dead in their tracks. The girl understands what his strength is, and screams asking how much he has tamed at a time. The guys are faced with an immobilized army of goblins. Shanna asks his brother if he is okay and if there are any health problems. Yukia explains that everything is fine, so the girl says that he is still a monster. Yukia hands the decorated goblin berries and thanks them for responding to his decoration. He would like to ask why they were fighting. The goblins begin to explain something furiously in their own language, pointing at each other. The guy asks them to talk one at a time. Yukia says that she understands. They are those goblins who live in the village fields, and after they got a taste, they got hit on the head, and then they began to decide what to do next. He had heard that after the incident on the road, the knights had carried out a sweep of the goblins, and if they continued like this, they would get hurt again. The monsters growl and cry in fright, falling to their knees in front of the guy. Yukia asks them not to worry, because he is not here to harm them. He goes north to unknown lands. Deep in the forest, people will not touch them, so they will live together. He will make sure that they are always full. There will be no quarrels between the demons he has tamed. He asks the goblins if they can imagine that they will all live in one big den. The monsters look at each other and cheerfully shout. Yukia asks to notify the rest of the lair and races if possible, and asks if they can collect them in a short time. The goblins confirm. Soon, Yukia thanks the monsters for bringing them in so quickly. The guy assumes that these are kobolds and orcs. In front of him are monsters that look like wolves and pigs. The guys are surrounded by many magical inhabitants of the forest. There are more of them than Yukia thought. Shanna asks his brother if he shouldn't be pleased. The guy just didn't expect that they would be in such numbers. The girl is sure that he will be fine. Yukia laughs and decides to do it. He closes his eyes and uses the taming skill. The animals freeze for a second and cheerfully shout, grunt and hug the guy. Yukia asks to wait, because they will crush him. Shanna says that he did it so easily. She asks how he was able to tame several species at the same time. It won't be long before he's called the Demon Lord. The next day in the village, the foreman bows, thanks to Yukia. He promises that he will take good care of the horse they gave him. Shanna says that if they hadn't caught the horse, the goblins would have been left instead. There are about 100 of them. The old man also thanks for the fields. Yukia is surprised, asking what he is talking about. The foreman points to Robin and explains that the guy's manager cleared all the fields that were destroyed by demons. The mustachioed courtier replies that there is no problem, and Yukia wonders when he managed to do this. The foreman says that the villagers were amazed by his skill. That's how Yukia imagined the scene. The old man lowers his head and says that in any case, he is sure that they will be able to repay them for everything. Yukia agrees and asks to come visit them when the road to the north is safely completed. The guy gets into the carriage and says that let the demons go ahead. It's time for them too. Mr. Reinforce is called by his first name. The guy turns around and sees a crowd of joyful villagers waving goodbye and thanking him. The foreman asks the guy to take care of himself. Shara tells her son that this is using the power of decoration to help others. She is sure that the first master will and expresses the hope that he will be able to become one. The Kingdom of Zeals. Blonde Princess Zealous Emiria schemes for her father and also declares her that they have banished the House of Rain. The princess took the situation seriously. The king asks his daughter what is it, and the girl in response asks if he has removed Yukia from office and expelled her. The man asks Miria to calm down and assumes that she has become closer to him and began to feel kinship. But when he is not there, as she sees, nothing happens. Miria explains with a shout that the decoration is developing gradually. She asks if there is a person in the palace capable of controlling unbridled magical beasts and dragons. The king explains that, of course, they have a tamer. Miria cannot say that they are being adequately cared for. Elaine's father asks the girl if she is unhappy with his son's work. She should be more courteous, because, after all, she is a princess. The girl notices Mr. Manes and assumes that he is behind everything. The man refutes, but asks if the tamers should take care of only one thing for the princess. Miria goes back to screaming and explains that they have to bring him back immediately. She turns around and walks away. The king calls his daughter and says that it is true that the Reinforce family has made a great contribution to the decoration of animals, especially the first generation. They were great and laid the foundation for their knights today. The girl interrupts her father, but he continues to say that for past services he saved them from execution. Those who maintain their noble status as a simple tamer, relying only on the achievements of their ancestors, are no longer needed by the country. The courtiers agree with your majesty. Miria goes out into the corridor with Elaine's father, and the man explains that, in fact, the House of Reinforce has been partnering with Reggie for generations. decorations, receiving a huge reward for doing nothing. They're just parasites now. He advises the girl to wake up as soon as possible. The man's tone becomes ominous. He comes closer to the princess and asks if she is already tamed. Miria pulls the man's hand away and explains with a shout that he is worthless, after which she leaves. She knows how to tame him, so she is aware of the coming catastrophe. A person with her skill cannot subdue all the creatures in the palace. She had to do something. The northern forest. Yukia gets out of the carriage and says that they can't go any further. He suggests getting off the wagon here. The coachman tells the gentleman that he understood. The guy opens the magic box. He is sure that they are already waiting for him. Yukia pulls the carriage into the box and heads deeper into the forest. At the edge of the forest, monsters and goblins work together, dragging logs. Yukia watches with her mouth wide open and realizes that there are many more. Shanner asks his brother if he is serious about taking them all. The guy confirms and explains that they are here because of their desire to be taken. The cooperation is quite mutually beneficial. He asks his sister if she sees these goblins from the village. Shanner says that they turned into hobgoblins due to his power. He can handle it himself, but Shanner asks if the dragon will suddenly appear, and he is tired. She wants him to conserve his strength as much as possible. Shara asks the children if they will find a suitable job for her. Yukia promises that she will take care of the rest, and Shanner decides to start. She and her mother use the magic of decoration, directing it at monsters. Animals and plants immediately freeze, but Shanner grabs his head. Yukia asks his sister if she is okay and asks her to hold the potion he took out of the box. The girl explains that these are small demons, only a few hundred, and so much magic is needed. She could obtain twice as much if she had been as cold-blooded as her brother. Yukia asks her mom if she's okay. Shara confirms it. She preferred demons of plant and insect origin. Yukia says that the abilities of these demons will not improve much. Shara explains that her plans did not include spending all her time under his care. She asks her son not to worry, because she can be useful. The guy decides that if she thinks of something, he leaves it to her. Then he'll get busy too. The tamer examines the goblins and reports that there are about 10,000 of them left. Shanner is surprised and asks his brother if he is sure. Yukia is using the decoration skill again. The animals run up to the guy, after which he informs them that he is done. It was so easy. Yukia is surprised, because he realizes that he is still full of energy. Thousands of tamed animals had no effect on him. Shara suggests that this is why he has great opportunities. Will help him build a place to live. Robin calls the master and asks his permission to show him, because he helped the goblins make a house for him. They preferred the most necessary things to shelter from the wind and rain. Muscular monsters pose in front of a wooden house. Yukia tells Robin that it's a great job. Shanner wants to do something. She wants to be useful. Yukia leans over to the white wolf and asks what happened and what's going on there. The animal points to a fairy sitting in the bushes. She doesn't look like a murderer in the capital. A guy asks a little girl with wings what she needs. The elf informs him that the king wants to see him. The guy knows that people call him the king of the elves. It is believed that the elves hide deep in the forests, avoiding communication with humans, yet they send a messenger. Yukia has heard that the elves' habitat cannot be found by humans, so he assumes that the king will come personally. The fairy informs that he will arrive within 3 years. Yukia is surprised, so they explain to him that the elves live in another time. The guy understands everything. He decides that if they don't come soon, then they will start arranging their homes. They will also have to deal with the pursuers from the capital. Shanner confirms his brother's words, but Yukia suddenly notices something. He says that the air in the forest has changed. The elf reports that the king is close. The guy laughs and says that 3 years have passed in less than 3 minutes. The hooves of magical horses with wings with elves on their backs appear in the forest. The man with the elf ears assumes that Yukia is the new owner of these lands. The guy confirms and says that they came much earlier than expected. Very impatient nature, especially among elves. Yukia thinks that there is a certain dignity in his words, in his manners. He apologizes and explains that he is not ready to entertain a man. The elf replies that it's okay, he's not here for entertainment.
Only the best ingredients. Trust me, the Serrano is my kid's godmother. Mateo salsa.
John Williams will with their premiere with Corsair. Start learning today.
Shanner to step aside. The elf uses his magic on the guy, hiding wonders what kind of this is. The trees begin to bend. The elf says that no one who dares to call the forest his home will leave it. Yukia understands that this is outright hostility. The Elf King explains that anyone who disrespects the forest should be banished from it. Yukia screams for Shanner to take her mother and run away. The girl confirms, but the king explains that he is not going to let anyone go. He uses magic, which causes dense thickets and trees to appear in front of the girl. Shanner stops and the king explains that the forest is the land of the elves. Both humans and demons are not allowed to be here. Yukia notices a tame wolf next to her. He immediately jumps on his back, which surprises the king. The man wonders why, because he is a demon, and the guy helped him. The wolf happily barks and licks the owner, and Yukia explains that this is because he is one. The king assumes that the demons are his friends, so the guy says that moreover, his taming cannot work without the demons. They are his friends, will not allow them to be harmed. Wolf starts to get angry and growl. The elf is surprised, and the fairy informs him that he is not their enemy. Lylene explains that this man will change Icarus. The king is silent and asks the guy what his name is. Yukia gives her name, and the elf apologizes for his rudeness. He is the king of Icarus, the land of the elves, Rayleigh. He apologizes again, but he would like to talk to him in a more pleasant place. The guys go into a wooden hut, and the monsters sit around. There are elves sitting on the other side of the table in front of the Yukia family. The guy says that they have come all this way in a short time. Goblins are just like experienced servants. The Elf King asks once again to forgive for what happened, but without the forest, the elves will have almost no power. It's the same as death. Yukia replies that it's okay, it's their fault, even if they didn't know about it. There's no need to apologize. Rayleigh decides that Yukia is a merciful person. They should have brought better tea and offered hospitality themselves. The guy informs them that then they will treat him to sweets. The elf girl takes off her hood and addresses her brother. She asks to introduce them. Rayleigh apologizes to Aaron, and Yukia realizes that this girl is not like other elves. The king decides to repeat himself once again and explains that his name is Rayleigh. This is his sister Erin, and they are a kind of king and princess. In their country, the king does not make all the decisions. Most decisions are made by elders. He's only 300 years old. Sometimes he is very ashamed of his stupidity. Yukia wonders if 300 years is human. The king asks to be allowed to introduce his vassals as well, after which the elf in a tuxedo bows behind his back. Yukia gives her full name and introduces her sister Shannara and mother Shara. Everything is clear to the elf king, and he assumes that the guy is the king here. Yukia asks again, and Rayleigh explains that he is going to give him part of the forest and make him his vassal. The guy asks if he can ask what the king wants. The man says that he has the right to be afraid, but everything is simple here. He wants to form an alliance between Reinforce and Icarus. Yukia asks again about the alliance, and the elf explains that this is true. He also promises non-aggression towards bloodshed cannot be is something impossible on the continent. He wonders if it's even possible to call their territory. But Shara decides that it's a good thing anyway. In this case, the elf fully goes into the speech. Besides, it's a matter of his personality. He gets up to the table and explains that he will serve his He agrees to all the conditions. An alliance with the elves would be an honor for him. He says that if the guy expresses consent, confirming it with magic, a contract is carved into his sword. Yukia understands that this is says that he can be sure that this starts blushing and feeling shy, and Yukia thanks him who seems to really want to talk. The guy assumes that the contract needs to be confirmed with magic like this. The guy raises his palm to his and it immediately rises to his clothes. The king informs that from that moment on, it happens. Yukia is a pleasure and holds out his hand to the guy, and he immediately jumps up, shakes it, and says that he is glad to cooperate with Rayleigh. The king says that now that they have formed an alliance, he would like to know the reason why the guy came to the forest with so many animals. He assumes that they banished him because of the money, the kingdom of fools. Yukia replies that you can say that. That's why they were looking for a place to live. Everything is clear to the king, but it is such a great power. He asks to be allowed to ask Yukiya how many creatures he can cover with the decoration at a time. The guy thinks about it and replies that, to be honest, he can one of the elves there interrupts Her Majesty and shouts that they have found that monster. The tamer is surprised and asks again, and Rayleigh explains that, in their language, this is a sacred beast or a divine one that was taken away from them. He has repeatedly brought the country to the brink of disaster, so he is sealed by the magic of the World Tree. Yukiya assumes that such a thing cannot exist when people do not have data about it. A legendary creature that myths tell about. His huge body is capable of touching the environment just by walking, and seems to be rampaging, seeking to destroy all races. Yukiya is thinking about the turtle. He assumes that if she is sealed, then she is a spirit. The elf says that this is a good answer. He tells her that he wants the guy to tame her. Yukiya asks the king if he wants him to tame her. Rayleigh says that this is exactly the case. The guy asks to wait, because if you believe the legends, many more creatures will pass with her. He doesn't understand how he can. The sister says that she is significantly not only increase their strength, but he himself will become stronger. The king says that this is a hell of a lot of power, but it also entails problems. Now it's an addition to his strength, but for them it's an opportunity to get rid of their ignorance. Everyone will benefit. The king's sister talks about her ability and asks you to contact her if you need her help. Yukiya thinks about it, and the elf stands up and informs her that the discussion is over. Yukiya says as impatient why not how they came with their friend during the trouble. The king says that he is encouraging. He is really the person Lillian was thinking about. Yukiya asks how far away the World Tree is from here. The man explains that if he can ride his horse, the journey will take no more than half a day. Yukiya assumes that it is a Pegasus. The horse snorts, and Rayleigh says that, as they say, it's only a matter of time to get to the tree. Yukiya explains that if they want him to ride him, he needs to tame him first. The king agrees and says that he is ready to give one of them to him. Yukiya thinks it's generous, but the guy from the king's retinue explains that no man can ride Pegasus. The king ominously calls Adori and asks if he is insulting his friend. The guy starts sweating and loudly asks for forgiveness. Yukiya says that he does not even feel sorry for his people. The king apologizes, but the guy replies that it's okay. He decides to just pick it up. Yukiya puts her hand on Pegasus's head and uses the decoration. The horse snorts happily and nuzzles the tamer's head. The armed elf screams, asking if it only took him 1 second. The king laughs and says that he beat him to it. Adori hasn't fully straddled Pegasus yet, so he can't fly alone. Yukiya notices that the guy is already shaking and assumes that it is from anger. He's used to looking down on people, and it's probably hard for him to accept that. Suddenly, the elf's eyes begin to glow. He calls Yukiya his brother and apologizes for his behavior earlier. The only one who can handle this Pegasus is His Majesty. The king says that he knew he could do it, and it seems that he has a talent for making friends among spirits. Yukiya is surprised, so they explain to him that Adori is half elf, half spirit. So is Arin. The king assumes that the guy treats her well. Yukiya asks again, and the girl embarrassedly runs away, hiding behind a tree. Rayleigh puts his hand on the guy's shoulder and says that they seem to like him. He will hope that they will help him get rid of all the enemies. Shanner silently watches from the sidelines.
Right spot? Luckily, I have an extra set of eyes.
Drive the Nissan Pathfinder.
내게는 고통밖에 없어.
This 10-year-old boy can use all elements of magic, which are fire, wind, earth, water, light, and darkness. He can materialize rain by using water magic, create bricks of a wall with his earth magic, build a dam with endless water by shifting the fire crystal into a water attribute, mix his elements to create rare material, and more. He can also kill the king of the Orc on his first try without even sweating, and can even heal a whole injured crowd in an instant. Before I spoil the fun, let's start the story. After Takahashi-san died, he was sent to a mysterious world, the spiritual realm. The woman reviews his life patterns, and repeatedly, he seems to have been average, neither good nor bad. In the end, end, he died protecting his junior from a runaway car. He was someone who could act for others in a crucial moment. It would be a shame for him to seem to disappear. The woman asked him if he could lend his strength to her world. If he did, she would grant him some talents. Takahashi-san didn't know if he could meet her expectations, but he was willing to accept and give it a try. The woman introduced herself as Lucia, who manages that world. She was once called the goddess of creation. Then he fell into a deep abyss. That's when Takahashi-san realized that he really did die. The present for his little sister not being able to give is his only regret. After that, a lady was calling him to wake up. Her name was Ellen. It's been 10 years since he reincarnated in that world. He was born as the eldest son of the proud Lord Baron family who governs the Elise region of the Great Barrier Kingdom. That region isn't very prosperous. His current name is Rainford Proudlord. The world he was reincarnated into seems to be a medieval fantasy setting. He says goodbye to his parents to play in the forest. The western part of their territory is covered by the Silver Forest where monsters appear. He wandered around that Silver Forest. He jumps and swings into one branch after the other rapidly. It's just a glimpse of the talent the goddess granted him. Magic in that world has 6 elements. He can use all the fire, earth, water, wind, light, and dark. He sat on the ground and started to imagine returning to the Mother Sea. Then the water is carried away. He observed that the water was running fire. It was earth and fire element to make something like heat-resistant bricks. Then that bricks materialize from the ground, but he seems not satisfied in controlling the output. He felt dizzy because he was running out of mana, so he decided to take a break. When he was little, he often collapsed from running out of mana. He's gotten to the point when he can use magic for quite a while now, but now he can recover fast. Then he heard a sound. He looked around to see nothing, so he stood up and followed where it came from until he saw a puppy. He was worried when he observed that the puppy was injured, so he immediately came to look at it. While doing so, he senses something come behind. A light was coming towards them, so he quickly created a barrier to avoid it. He saw a huge monster walking slowly at them. When the monster suddenly attacked, he took the dog and jumped high to dodge. He realized that the monster must be an orc, because he already read about it in the book. He put the dog down in a safe place, patted its head, and faced the monster. If he was going to fight this orc, he must harden and compress the earth, then hit it with fire to make a high-density stone. Then launch it quickly, using wind magic like a bullet. He launched the beaming light at the monster, killing it in an instant. He let out a sigh of relief when the monster collapsed on the ground. He turns to the puppy, who seems happy to save it. He told the dog not to worry since the monster was already defeated. Although the dog got some dirt on his body, he assumed that it was probably a beautiful puppy once. He healed the puppy, who seemed could barely move. In an instant, the dog could stand up. He was happy when the dog started to run around him and jump into him. Later on, he realized that it was getting dark. He should go home or his mother will be mad. So he waves goodbye to the dog and advised to be careful not to be attacked by monsters again. He turned around and started to walk away, but on his way, he looks like he had no other choice, so he carried it, because he knew the dog wanted to come with him. But he warned that his father was strict about manners, so he must do his best. If the dog was going to be a part of his family, he needed to give it a name.
Welcome to Universal P.
Sometimes things are right in but other times they just won't. But at least you can get it fixed now and pay later for interest-free payments at SafeLight.com. And SafeLight can help you everything you need. Fix now and pay later at SafeLight.com.
Requires you to complete satellite contracts, blow up stadium, get in there and complete 3 separate Easter eggs, including holding a weapon case for a certain amount of time, fixing and launching a missile, and finding 3 different key cards, deciphering a code, and getting access to the secret room. Each Easter egg getting harder and harder, and if that wasn't difficult enough, I'm going to be doing all of this solo. Wish me luck. Alright, so I'm not exactly sure how this works. I'm pretty sure, though, what I've seen, that I need to get a heli just to make my life easier, because I'm going to end up having to fly to a bunch of different locations to complete the contract that drops in. So, while this heli right here, by the way, this is my first attempt. I'm pretty sure a contract is supposed to drop in at some point. Oh wait, satellite contract drops. Okay, wait, oh, they're all up here? Okay, we'll get that one. Let's take this heli and go over here. So there's 3 contracts that need to be completed in a game to be able to open Stadium up. And I can do all 3, actually. I'm going to leave that there. Can I do this one? Yeah, I'm going to leave that there. I'll do this one, don't worry. All 3 need to complete all 3 of them, if that makes sense. On them. So, I'm gonna go over there. Oh, I'm getting shot at. Leave me alone. All probably trying to do the same thing. Okay. Oh, wait. I have to go through. Beautiful. That worked. Everything is going smooth so far. The other side are doing the exact same thing. I can see that 0 out of 5. So I did it. Okay. There's a deployment cover and a smoke grenade. A heli's going over the dropped it with season 5 because you need Alright, that's 1 contract complete. Is that stadium actually open? Right there. Okay, someone's doing one there, and someone's doing one there. That's a good thing. So people are doing the contracts, right? I think. Oh wait, if the final one gets completed, that means we have to get straight over to stadium. What? There's a miss. Oh my. We have to get over there now. Oh, this guy's going red. Okay. Please leave me alone. I've got no plates. Oh, wait, we can get our weapon case that's in the middle. Give me that weapon case. Weapon case applied. Now we survive for 60 seconds. How do we do that though? Straight? Oh. We've got 12 seconds left. Leave me alone. I think we did it. Now we kind of another thing we can do. I don't know how. Oh my goodness. So this is possible in solo titles, by the way. Okay, so launch the missile from the middle, and I'm pretty sure that gives you another blueprint. Apparently there's a so I don't really know. Oh my goodness. I don't really know where I'm supposed to look for that. Is that somewhere here? Oh, wait, is it? Oh, electric toolbox. Oh, we actually found it. Wait, so now I can actually repair those things. So I need to find those things to repair. I feel like every time I go around Stadium at the top, I always choose to go the wrong way around. I'm pretty sure I've done exactly that once again. Okay, that one's already repaired. I need to do this quick before the circle actually closes and I'm not able to.
Co-pilot Creative Training Podcast. Welcome to Co-Pilot Podcast. Today we're diving into life on Mars.
The first thing that would hit you is just how light you feel. Mars gravity is about 38% of Earth's. And here's something that'll blow your mind. Mushrooms might be the key to early Mars.
On Mars.
Exactly.
Hello, Rich.
Feel the electricity this summer with a new bus. Get great hurry into your local Honda dealer today during the summer event. To do it anymore. Wait, here it is. Here it is. Repairing. Come on. Are we in the circle? Okay, there's one repair. Oh, we're actually in the center of the circle. Perfect. Now we need to find where the other two are. This is where it gets interesting, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm sure there's some people in it don't want to complete it, so we also where the other two are. My honest sniping stuff. No problems. Someone to kill. Move. Stadium should be open. Let's see what happens. Come on. I've not seen it from an aerial point of view. Actually, let's land up here. So to be honest, it actually seems really easy to get into stadium. What the flip? There's no shot someone sniping at me whilst we can get into stadium. Surely that's not a thing, right? Alright, so fortunately, I don't need the weapon case this time. So I can actually let someone pick that up. Oh wait, toolbox. Beautiful, we found it. I know there was an electrical part at the top of this building that I need to repair, so let's try and do that. I know I'm getting shot from top stadium though. Beautiful, that's one. We still getting shot from top stadium? Oh, we are, great. Leave me alone! I guess since we can see all of the ones that are repaired, surely they're all just potential spots where we could see them in future games, right? Sorry, buddy. Did I just see one? I did. There's another one. Okay, so we need one more, right? I've got a feeling the last one could be up top. I think there's 3 that you need. Could you imagine there's only 2? I'm out here looking for 3 and I could actually launch the missile right now. The final one could be up here somewhere, just like we found it in the past game. We do still have a gulag, so even if we die right now, we should be able to repair. It's the final one. Now we can launch it. All related repair. Absolutely everybody. I'm pretty sure it's over at this one, right? Please tell me I'm right. It's here. Launch activate. I think it's gonna launch the missile. How long does it take? I'm getting sniped at too. Bro, how long do I have to survive for? Launch the missile! I have to do something else? So, Editor Brad here, turns out the blueprint is literally right there laid on the wall, and stupid me thought it would come out of one of the crates, so much so, to the point where I didn't notice it right in front of my eyes, and I continued all the rest of the game not understanding what was going on, and if you thought that was bad, I even came back to the same spot multiple times. I'm a little bit confused. I feel like I did something wrong. Is there something I'm supposed to pick up from down here? I don't know. Yeah, I know it's bad. I'm sorry you had to witness that, but I spent the next couple games failing to find the electrical boxes until this next game. But during this whole process, I somehow convinced myself that someone stole the blueprint, and that's why I couldn't find it. I only just realized guys now whilst editing this what actually happened. So if you hear me say that, yeah, you know why. I didn't even know they could be out here. That's the crazy part. Okay, so there should be one more somewhere, right? Found it. Oh my, please. Okay, over there. I'm really hoping that the first time that I actually did this, someone just stole the blueprint from right in front of me. And that's why I didn't get it. I'm hoping. So if we go up here right now and then activate, blast doors have opened. Oh wait, these are the blast doors. Alright, give me the blueprint. Where is it? Nope. Oh, here it is. It was on the wall. No shit. The blueprint was on the wall the entire time? Oh wait. Thank you very much.
Oh, they're doing the update right now. What the? Oh, they're doing the update. For some areas you can't join.
And here it is, the Phantom.
When you work on cars as much as I do, you learn what matters most. For me, that's trust. What sets Advance apart is the people. They don't just hand me parts. They help me get back on the road. They've always got the right parts at the right price, right when I need it. Whether you just need your battery tested or you've got years of experience. Advance Auto Parts is right around the corner and ready to help.
Oh, this took a little bit longer than I kind of wanted it to because I didn't know they would just lay on the wall like that. But as you can see, it's a similar theme to the XMG, the blue and the red. I like this one more, obviously, because it's a more usable weapon. Nobody's really using the XMG. The red on it looks pretty clean to me. Thankfully, the next one is different, but it is the most difficult Easter egg to complete, especially solo. So wish me luck. Alright, and now it's time to unlock the final blueprint. Now, this one might be familiar. But first of all, once again, we need to get into Stadium. I feel like they made the blowing up of Stadium a little bit too easy. I was actually in a creator call before Season 5 came out, and they told us how they wanted it to be quite difficult, so it didn't happen every game. It feels like the complete opposite is happening, and it is happening every game, so I don't know if they had a change of heart, or whether it just didn't go as planned. Who knows? We need to stay on the ground floor, at least initially, and I need to pick up a key card. Now, I think the key card is spawn right here somewhere. There should be a key card on the floor somewhere near this bar area, and I don't know where it's going to be. Oh, wait. I think I found... There is absolutely no shot. Alright, so we're opening up Stadium for hopefully the final time, because I want to get this final blueprint. The problem is there's always a bunch of people here now because the Easter egg is getting more and more popular, which of course makes sense, but it doesn't help me, because all I want is to be able to unlock the final blueprint, and this is for sure the most difficult one, not because I have to do anything insanely difficult, to be honest, but it's because I have to find the key cards, and with me being solo, that makes it so I have to find the key cards by myself, and it's not like the key cards glow or anything like that, so my eyes have to be peeled. Now, and the problem is, obviously, I don't really know the spawn locations like that, so... Oh, I found a key card. Wait, that's the first time I found a key card, by the way. The door should be somewhere on the left. Where is it? Oh, there's no shot. Someone's sitting right at the door. Are you flipping serious? There's no shot. Okay, use card reader.
Nothing much. Chilling mostly.
So now I have to get ready for the code. Hold up, I gotta pay attention to this. 0. Okay, I got that down. I'm not sure how much that actually helped me, but I got it down. So now we need to go to the regular floor and find the other key card. But that's where it gets difficult because I have no idea where to find this key card. I don't know where it can spawn. I don't know where to look. And you guys saw.
On what game?
It's insanely small. It doesn't glow, so it could literally be hidden anywhere on this floor. I don't even know if it can be out in the field. It could literally be anywhere. I guess the more that I do it, the more spawns I will learn, and then we'll be able to do it. I don't know. We still got time though. I found it. Oh my goodness. Open this. Open door. Close the door behind me, and now we gotta remember this code. 0, triangle, nose.
Wait, what game are you talking about?
5, nose, 9, triangle. What the flip? Okay, I've got the code. Well, kind of. There's one number that's missing that I can kind of brute force my way in. If I die now that I've actually found the key cards, I swear I'll actually cry. So now we need to...
Oh, the game that I just got in.
I gotta figure out which way it is too. It's here. Where's the keypad? Alright, so it's 0 something, so we'll go 2, 7, 7, 5.
I'm like, you think you can hook a brother up with a devil fruit?
Okay, so it's not 2. 0, 1.
Wait, it stopped. So the highest devil fruit right now is poison? Seriously?
9, 1. It worked! It worked! It was 1! Let me in! Where is it? Oh, the Enigma!
Ah. Yeah, because I do want to get I do like the darkness fruit, though.
Yo, this is just like the OG Easter egg back in Warzone 1. I don't know. I didn't think I would be able to do it solo. I had a little bit of confidence, but when I had tried it a few times, you guys didn't get
Alright, stop. Oh, you're only 25? That's cool.
I have a haircut now and everything's totally different. That is because I gave up last night. I didn't think I would be able to do it. Get out of here, buddy. And it feels good. It's gonna hit me, right? Oh! Get out of here! Just for reference, this is how my notes app looked in my phone whilst I was trying to complete that. I know, but look, we got it unlocked. Come on, Enigma, the final blueprint. Now, what finding the third keypad would do for you is fill out the entire code so that you know what every single symbol is. But once you do it, there's only one symbol that you don't know the number for. So once you do good, you can go up to the room and just guess what the number is. It's not really necessary to find the third one. And here we go. Look at how clean that is. This one is iconic, man. If you didn't know, this obviously was the exact same blueprint that you got back in Warzone 1 when you did the same Easter egg. This one's tough, man. It's not really the code deciphering, it's finding the key cards. Because I guess because it's so early, I just did this the day after the update came out, so people don't really know where the key card locations are yet. I'm sure at some point there will be a map of where all the key cards can spawn, so it will just make it easier to run around stadium and look in those specific spots rather than having to clear out the entire stadium because you don't know where they'll be. But it was worth it though. I'm happy to have this blueprint. It's so flipping clean, man. So yeah, it's possible to do it all solo. I was actually so close to getting a bunch of people to do that final one though. But yeah, man, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Jump up down using the ATV to get up here. Oh wait. That's a real player.
Well, kind of glad that I started this game, like the game, as soon as it came out, because I can be very high level when the first update comes out. Then
This now, and the storm's coming in, so you might be able to hold some people. Okay, I need to make sure I get out of here too. So let's get going. But there's someone in the storm, I think. That might be the final kill that we needed. I think we might have. Wait, why did it pop up? Did it pop up? I've been so loud. We had 41 kills in this game. I know it's casual, but with the D13, hey buddy. Hey, you got this. You got this, man. Hey.
oh, my current race is Angel. Why do I always get the Angel race? Now that I think about it.
So now if we go over to the D13, we can see we have completed it. For what the hell is going on here? It is unlocked, but it isn't. Look, I can equip it, but it's saying locked above it. Anyway, forget all that. We completed the D13 sector and now have Gold Tiger, King's Ransom, Catalyst, and of course, the Abyss camo. Wow! Okay, here is the dissector with the Gold Tiger camo on it. guys too. By the way, I'm not saying I am the first, I just know most people haven't done this. Here it is with King's Ransom on it. Come on, looking clean. I'm just looking at each of these camos and thinking, was that all really worth it? I don't know. Here it is with the Catalyst camo on it. I actually really like this. It's unfortunate that it doesn't cover like literally everything on the gun, but I guess that kind of makes it cleaner. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this one. And finally, here it is with the Abyss camo. You guys have no idea how annoying this was to do. Genuinely, this was the long, well, I don't know. This was definitely one of the longer Abyss camos I've ever played. Definitely one of the most annoying. I think that last game kind of saved me from this taking a lot longer. If we kept the average of how it was looking, yeah, there's no way I was getting this done anytime soon. I was getting like 5-10 kills a game. Each time you shoot it, it goes to full Abyss mode too. There's no halfway. You can fire one bullet and it's all the way to the very end of the reactive stage, which is pretty cool because with most other weapons, you never really see the final stage because you're not just sat there spraying every single bullet. But we can tick this one off the list now, finally. But anyway, that is enough fantastic. I want to love you today. We did it. I can't believe I just had to do that, but there's more to do. If you guys want to see more of these Abyss grinds for all of the DLC weapons that I just don't have it on, then make sure you get 2,000 likes on the
Wait, brother, you said that was a glitch. What's the glitch?
Using my link in the description. There's a bunch of really nice stuff on there, and my code brothers will get you an extra day.
What's the money glitch, brother? Because you haven't told me that.
This is gonna get annoying, but yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Man, I wish you would have told me what the money glitch is before he left.
Plus, you may qualify for a tax deduction up to $10,000. Or we make $100 available. And you know where we are, 75 Campbell, or a Richardson.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So, we all know I have all three master camos for all stage weapons in Black Ops 6. Dark Matter, Nebula, and Abyss. But they added a bunch of DLC weapons, and when it comes to Abyss on DLC weapons, I'm slacking a little bit. And when I say a little bit, I mean I haven't got a single DLC weapon Abyss. Actually, that's a lie. I did the Krig C and also the Sorg SMG, but since then, absolutely nothing. And the reason why is because we all know the Abyss camo challenges are the most difficult challenges to complete in the game. However, just recently, they made unlocking the Abyss camo so much faster. So we are going to work through the rest of these eliminations, the 2 special camos, and then all of the mastery camos to see just how fast we can unlock it now. And if you enjoy watching me unlock camos, then subscribe. Verdansk Plunder. Now, don't worry, this isn't the new method that you need to use in order to unlock Abyss so much faster. Make sure you stay tuned for that. However, Plunder could be a lot better than it used to be now because it's not Urzikstan anymore. It's Verdansk. So before we get into the actual new method, I want to play one game of Plunder on this new map just to see how many eliminations we can get in comparison to what we used to get on Urzikstan. I don't know how many of you guys played the original Warzone, but the go-to landing spot on Plunder was Storage Town. Plunder used to be the main place you would go to rank up your weapons. Oh, someone just got the reward. Plunder would be the main place you would go. Oh, wait. Someone else just got. Wait, hold up. 2 people back to back. What is that? Is everybody getting it? By the way, I know I said Storage Town used to be the spot, but not a single soul actually landed here. Let me try my luck just in case. I don't know. This is looking. Okay. By the way, I had to search for another game because it turns out that Storage Town is no longer the drop spot on Plunder. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Plunder's bad. I just need to find where people are actually landing at. Elimination! Honestly, on Plunder, maybe flying around the heli and just landing on people is actually a viable option, especially with the new heli. No way he took my heli. Why would you even do that? You just wasted my whole heli. You're so annoying for that. Okay, Quarry is looking like the slot right now. Wait, someone else got them. Oh, it's right there. What the? Why is everybody getting so lucky right now? I swear, they must have changed the race overnight because the event's about to end, surely. So much faster, but Plunder is a lot faster than it used to be. I guess this is kind of proving it because we've already got 20 kills. 30 elimination. I don't know how I won that fight, genuinely. I had 0 ammo left. Eliminations! Wait, that's actually a guy. Oh, this guy got turned to bird. Oh. Alright, buddy. I mean, I'll take a free kill. That man took the hiding in plain sight approach. Alright, so that was the Plunder game. I think Plunder is a lot better than it used to be because we got a whopping 49 eliminations. Basically 50 eliminations. That was definitely not the average back on Urzikstan. Don't get me wrong, I definitely had games where I got this amount and sometimes way more, but the average was somewhere around 20, 25 maybe. So look, if we go over to our weapon now, we can see we made a large chunk of progress. We got 53 eliminations out of the 100 that you need, which is only really halfway, but there's 2 more military camos left until we can move on to the specials and of course the masteries. So you might be thinking, Brad, that's still Plunder. We had Plunder before and it was just as difficult. We are still fighting real people. Well, that is where Battle Royale Casual comes in. Battle Royale Casual is a mode in Warzone. I'm sure you guys are aware where the majority of the players are bots, and I don't mean people of low skill, I mean actual bots. And the most amazing part about all of it is the bots actually count towards your camo challenges. I think this is the first time that's ever happened. And a bunch of you guys have been telling me to try out Battle Royale Casual for the Abyss grind, so I'm gonna see just how efficient it really is. But the difference with this is, of course, first of all, you need to actually get your loadout so that you can actually start getting kills with the weapon that you're trying to work on. Also, though, you can find your weapon on the ground, and I think that's the method I'm going to take, at least until I actually get enough money, because obviously, in order to make progress on your weapon, you don't actually have to use your loadout weapon. You can use the weapon if you find it on the ground, too. There's a bot. Come here, buddy. You can tell it's a bot when it says level 1. It's highly unlikely that you'll come up against an actual player that's level 1, so you can safely assume that's a bot when you do. Who's shooting at me? Is this a bot? Is this a real player? Find out next time. Okay, they were real players, but pretty much bots. That's the thing with this mode too. Although you're going to find actual bots, there are still real players in here. A very small amount, but there still is. Look at that, beautiful. So my point is, realistically, you kind of want to avoid the real players at all costs, but sometimes, or most of the time, the real players aren't that good. I personally like to avoid the real players though, because obviously they're playing the game, they're playing casual because they are casual. So I try my best to avoid the real players, but you know, if they're right in front of me, they're right in front of me. This looks like a bot right here, so I don't feel like, oh. Wait, my heli blew up? How? Oh wait, he's getting revived. There we go. They were real players. Okay, they were high levels. I don't care about those. Oh. you're a bot for sure. I personally think it's hilarious that bot kills actually count towards your camo challenges, and it's going to be even more effective when it gets to the special challenges and mastery challenges, because that's where the Abyss grind gets a little bit awkward. The eliminations, you know, yeah, it can be annoying, but that's fine. All that is just getting kills. But, okay, I see a bunch of... But that's a bot for sure. Like, what the? Most of the time, they will literally just show themselves. Bots, where are you? Okay, there's a couple around here. Get you. Where's this one? Thank you very much. Absolutely beautiful, if you ask me. I'm actually going to get this truck right here. If I still had a heli, that would really help, but at least with a car, we don't have to worry about how we're landing it. I feel like the helis in this game are so sensitive, to the point where it does get kind of annoying landing them sometimes. Look, he's gonna throw something at me. Oh, my God, he's so shooting at a vehicle. Kinda tells me it's a bot. Oh, maybe not. It's a level 200. That's good. Am I gonna die? Killed me! Yo, what? Did I drive over a flipping mine? Like I said, when it comes to getting the eliminations, that's gonna come down to personal preference.
Co-pilot, Banana almost got me in my dream this time.
The banana's getting more aggressive, huh?
Okay.
It might mean you're feeling pursued by a responsibility or deadline.
I am Banana.
The banana might just be your procrastination in a fruit suit, or maybe you need more potassium.
Wonder works very well, as you guys saw, but obviously Battle Royale Casual is going to be much easier for those of you guys that aren't the best, just because you're coming up against actual bots, so you'll be able to get the eliminations out of the way so much quicker. But when it comes to the special challenges and the mastery challenges, the Battle Royale Casual is going to be crazy. Make sure you guys stay tuned, for sure. Pretty sure that bots. That's one. That's two. Oh yeah, with the loadout, this is going to be an absolute 75 eliminations! An absolute breeze. Wow. Get that guy out. Okay, an actual player again! This is a bot, quite clearly. There we go. Like I said, I try my best to avoid all of the real players because I'm not trying to ruin this playlist. A lot of you guys were telling me that this actually works, and the fact that it works is crazy. Bots, where are we at? There we go. One inside the house? I'm not too sure. But I mean no harm. Oh wait, blue tiger on box! Get out of here. So one of the special powers that we... Oh, wait. Wait, that actually might be a bot. It is a bot. Wow. One of the special challenges that we have is to get 5 kills in a match 3 times. And I think we should be able to do that one pretty easily. There we go. Okay, that wasn't a bot. Oh! Not a bot, thank you. I think I'm just going to finish this game out, getting as many kills as I can on bots, just to see if we can complete any of the special challenges that we have. This is where this method gets crazy. Those of you guys that have gone for Abyss, or at least maybe have Gold Tiger on a weapon, or any of the Mastery camos, you would know the special challenges and the Mastery challenges are the most tedious. But coming up against actual bots, actual AI, makes it so much easier because you can kind of make them do what you want them to do. Rather than coming up against actual players, you don't know how good the player is, they're just so determined to kill you that most of the time you can't really pull off what you need to pull off in order to make progress. Also, from what I remember, there's usually so many bots at the end game, which might make my life a lot easier. Wait, is this a bot? Yeah, they're just following me. Okay, there's like 3 up here. Now, I don't know if they're bots though, but I guess there's only one way to find out. Yeah, that was a bot. Also, someone in here. Number part 2, I'm telling you, it gets to endgame and there's just infinite boss. Oh, there you go. Come in, buddy. Thank you. Oh, look at them all. Oh, yeah, we need to get down there. That's where they're all congregated at. Hopefully they're all boss too. Could you imagine? I think actually a good amount of them might actually be. 1, there's 2. Oh, we're running unstoppable right now, by the way. I mean, it's nothing really to be proud of. They're all boss, but I guess. What the? Get another UAV. Get this bar. You know what I mean? It's so easy. There's a bunch of players over here to my left as well. Oh look, Big Tiger and Logs. We got the kill in a single match, dude. I have no idea what the second special challenge is, by the way, so we could be making progress towards it, or we might not be. I don't know. These real players. Oh no, they're not. Okay, perfect. Of a bot. I'm telling you, for some reason, at the end game, everybody's a bot. I don't know if all the real players die out. To be fair, there's only around, I think, 20 real players, and the rest are all bots. So it makes sense that once you get to the end game, all the bots are kind of still alive. Okay, if it's a bot or a real player, so kill me, buddy. Go ahead. Yeah. This. I don't know, I'm starting to tell myself, are you real? Okay, is it real? The last thing I want to do is take a win from someone who's just trying to play. Okay, now if we go over 38 times we can. Oh, we actually did.
You held the door. Reward yourself at Schlotsky's.
Welcome to the new codes in Box C. New 4K codes. We just unlocked ourselves the worst route ever. As you guys can see, I'm the angel. I'm the angel and the savior. Our first ability is the basic jab. If you open up your menu, you can add your statistics and your strength. What is deleted ice? Wait, I've deleted ice accessory. So now I'm gonna be. They changed the shop. They changed a lot of things. Poison is the best fruit inside of Box C's right now. If you want poison, I'll be gifting one poison away today to you guys, so you can actually become the best pirate of the sea. All you have to do is comment down below a heart emoji. Comment a heart emoji. It's very simple. If you want to enter it, just comment a heart emoji, just like I did over right here. Do you see this? It's exactly what you need to comment. Comment as many as you want. If you do want to redeem these codes, go over to reward codes. The first code is B. Type in B. U. G. Don't miss out on any future codes. First stop is comment. Comment as many as you want. If you do want to redeem these codes, go over. Reward codes. The first code is B. Type in B. Here. Don't miss out on any future codes. First one is safe without rewards. FIX. Go right up. Code is P.
type in the U G don't know any future codes with some insanely overpowered rewards. FIX Numero uno. FIX number one. Let me this code for free. Dash already redeemed. I did already do this before the game got deleted. Bruh, please. This is an exclamation. Why are... Oh, this is... I've already seen this one. David Santa? Who is the Santa? David Santa. I've already seen this one, by the way. So, these are all the codes that you issue for boxes. Nobody to like, subscribe, and comment. They hardly.
Nothing much. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm playing a new game, Vox C. about to say, can you put my chicken nuggets on? Alright. Uh, 11 or 12. That's normally how many I normally make. where's the what's the name? Where's the boss? Wait, why does this wolf have a sword? Done already?
Yeah. I need to like.
That's yours, right? I'm making sure.
Or I put 10 and 10. So I didn't want to finish another bag. I didn't want to be like, yeah, you ate up all the chicken nuggets.
Brother, first of all, he was the first one to put them in, not out of sin. You do remember me saying that was chicken nuggets that was already in there, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to, yeah. There's a little bit in the bag. I want you guys to come back. Yeah, eat up all the chicken nuggets.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't be worried about that. Not from him.
That's why I only make 10 and 10.
So you only made 20?
Yeah, but I want to finish the bag. I don't even hear. I know it's going to take
Yeah, that was not enough. That was barely anything.